Hi, my name is Esmeralda. I'm here with the Festival Voice, and we're here with
Bass Physics.
Yes. Thank you so much for having us and spending the time with us. Maybe talk to our fan base and your fan base. We're here at Decadence, Colorado, celebrating the new year for 2024. You played yesterday. How was it?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the best sets I've had.
Awesome. I heard that you've played here before, right?
Yeah. I've done
years ago.
3 Decadences before this one. And I also did guitar with a buddy of mine on one year. So
oh, cool.
It's my 5th year doing Decadence. So
awesome. Did you do it? I read on one of your posts that you attended Decadence 10 years ago.
That was the first time that I played.
Oh, that was the first time that you played.
2013 was the first time that Bass Physics played Decadence.
Oh, awesome.
It's been a long journey since then. But
awesome.
I feel like last night was kind of like a turning point almost. It was a really big reaction from the crowd. You know, I played 16 new songs and collabs. And,
sick.
100% original set with a couple flips, and I think it went really well.
Awesome. I know. I had some of my friends that ended up going to your set, and they were blown away. They really, really like your music.
Love that.
What got you started with music?
I was 8. My mom wanted me to do something and put me in piano lessons and guitar lessons. And then high school, I started a funk band and sang and played guitar and keyboard in there. And
cool.
Just started doing electronic music. I went to Sound Tribe at Red Rocks a couple times and started loving the electronic blend with the instrument stuff. And just really got into it. And then started Bass Physics in 2012 with a buddy of mine. And since then it's just kind of progressed into this. I can't stop doing it.
You just kind of fall in love. I get that a lot from artists. They start and they just can't stop once they get to that one point. It's amazing to see. So you play, obviously, other than EDM music, it sounds like you play instruments and you were in bands before. Mm-hmm. What exactly got you into EDM, or what got you so addicted to our tribe?
Tough question. Well, it started with the jam band stuff, Sound Tribe Sector 9. That was kind of the introduction to the more jammy electronic side of stuff. But I didn't really start getting into harder electronic music. I guess harder because there's so many genres about it. But I wasn't crazy about that stuff until 2013, 2014 almost.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I saw, and this is a really bad reference, but at the time it was great. Saw Bass Nectar open for Sound Tribe, and it was a middle from the sound booth at Red Rocks. Mm-hmm. And that moment I saw the energy behind this type of music, and I was like, oh, that's really great, and I got inspired to make stuff that hits harder and sounds bigger.
Yeah. Well, I really like your style of music, although I didn't really know your music in general. Mm-hmm. As soon as I heard that we were going to be interviewing you, I was like, I need to find out more. And I was just playing your music over and over on the way over here. It was really, really cool. Where do you live? Where do you stay? What do you do aside other than music?
I'm Denver born. I live by Red Rocks now, and I'm a full-time dog dad. It's pretty much my passion in life besides music. I also own another company as well that I fund my music through, and support a bunch of contractors, and that's kind of how I've made my living, outside of music. So.
Yeah. Awesome. Do you live currently? Have you always lived here?
Always.
Yeah. I love Colorado.
Yeah,
I low-key want to move here.
You're saying it's your first time here, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I like colder weather though. So living in Arizona and California is cool, but California is just it's very crowded. Mm-hmm. It's very crowded, and it's just not my scene. I like hiking and more green stuff. Mountains.
There's lots of that in California too, right?
There is, yes.
So you said you're Southern California?
LA. There's not a lot to do there other than go to the beach, and nobody wants to go to the beach.
Right.
You have any new collaborations coming up?
Oh yeah. I have a song with Emport, song with Brondo, song with Manic Focus, which is really cool, and we have Prob Cause working on some vocals for that one too, and then Spades and few other collabs too. Yeah, I've been writing just so much music in the last couple months.
Any new albums, singles?
Yeah, new album coming out on January 11th. It's called Lost in Space. It's 11 songs. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Can we pre-save?
Yeah, you can pre-save. It's already. Yeah. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. It's kind of a passion project, like concept album that, you know, I took the last 6 years of like successes and failures and hard times and good times and put all of that emotion into an album and just busted it out in the last 4 months, and which is really crazy because before that point in my life, it would take me like 2 months to finish a song. So I wrote 11 songs in 4 months, and I was just like this change in mindset that I was just so motivated to, you know, put down on paper what I was feeling in that moment.
Is this your first album?
It's my first as a solo act. So like I said,
cool.
Bass Physics started as a duo. He left in 2016 to, you know, follow his own endeavors. It was a mutual separation. But this is my first album that's just me.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
I think we're going to pre-save and then check that out. Let's talk a little bit about your childhood. Any like fond memories that you can think of that was like the turning point where you were like, oh, music, that's my thing?
There was one moment where I decided I needed GarageBand, and that's where everything started from like an electronic production standpoint. I'd always played guitar. I'd always had like, you know, guitars and amps and like just analog stuff, but I'd never gotten into the technical production side of it. I want to say I was like 16 or 15, and I was like, I need to get GarageBand. And then took a GarageBand class in high school, and that kind of started the production learning process for me, I guess.
How old were you?
Probably 14, 15, or 16. I can't exactly remember.
And you're how old now?
30.
30. So that was like a pretty young age for you to like realize music was your calling, something that you wanted to do. That's pretty awesome. If you were to give any advice to any like new artist or aspiring artist, what's the one advice that you would give them that you feel is like the most important?
Make the music that you want to make, not what people want to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something that you experienced?
Well, I've definitely done a lot of trend following in the last 12 years of making music, and it just doesn't go as well as something that you are like so passionate about yourself. Not to mention it's so much more fun. Like writing something that you're excited about as opposed to like, oh, this is cool in my head, but I know these kids are going to love it. It's very different mindsets when you're writing music.
Cool. How was it discovering your own style?
Tedious and painful.
Period.
Yeah. I'm still discovering.
Growing up, I'm sure you bought like albums or downloaded music, LimeWire, anybody?
Yeah.
What was like the first album that you bought? I know we all have like favorite artists.
Ooh, probably a Linkin Park album.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, probably Hybrid Theory, Linkin Park. And that was actually ties into your last question about how I got into electronic music. Like the combination of metal music and hip hop and, you know, the electronic production on Linkin Park was a huge motivating factor.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, two-part question. How old were you when you went to your first concert, and who did you go see? And second part question was, what was the first festival that you went to, and how did that impact you?
So first concert ever, I was 16, and it was a show at the Fillmore with Avenged Sevenfold and Bullet for My Valentine,
Sick.
which were my favorite artists at that time. And that's how I started guitar, was just learning that kind of music. And it was an 18 and up show, and me and my friends, two of my buddies, one of them, their dad worked for a radio station, so we were not able to get into the venue because we were underage, we were 16, but because he worked for them, he brought us backstage to go hang out with M Shadows in their green room at Fillmore, and like, yeah, it was just a surreal experience when you're 16, first concert ever.
Lives my dream.
in the green room with your favorite artist ever. Yeah, it was super special, and I think that was something where I was like, I want to do music, you know, on this side of it, and being a performer and having that, you know, exclusivity, I guess.
R.I.P. Rev.
Yeah, yeah, for real. I love that you know that.
I have an Avenged Sevenfold tattoo. They were like one of the first bands, or really like artists in general, that got me into metal or like heavy music. And then I just slowly progressed into bass and all that weird space bass stuff.
It translates nicely.
Yes. All my friends that don't listen to like EDM, I always start them off with that, and it's always been a blast. So aside from, you being the artist that you are today, after all the hard work that you put into, and also not just being part of the EDM community, but playing other types of instruments and being in the music industry, I guess, for so long, what do you feel is unique about you? Why should people tune in to listen to your stuff?
I don't know. I think it's a weird question to ask, because it's like,
you're self-promoting.
It is. It's very, it's like, I do this, and that's why I'm great, right? Like, that's a weird thing to say, but like, I don't know. I like being as authentic as possible with my brand, and like just like telling the truth about everything, and like pulling like the 10-year thing that I posted about Decadence, and on Instagram as well. I posted something about when I played in 2018. I got off stage and just started crying because it was a really hard time in my life, and it was a sad moment. And like, I post about that, and like I talk about the hard moments and the good moments. And so I think what I would appreciate from seeing my brand on the outside is the authenticity behind that.
Honestly, that's what I get. Like I said, when I first heard that we were going to have the opportunity to interview you, I started like digging on Instagram, Facebook, Google. And from everything that I've seen, I would say that you seem like a very personable type of individual. A lot of the things that you post don't seem fabricated in the way that a lot of like mainstream artists might sound like. Maybe somebody's like writing their posts for them. I don't get that vibe from you, so I really appreciated the fact that you were like authentically yourself, and I felt like you were the one behind the screen making your post and sharing your experiences. So I really appreciate that, and I'm sure that all of like your listeners and followers appreciate that as well, for sure.
Thank you for noticing.
What's the one thing that a lot of people don't know about you?
I won a sailing championship.
A sailing championship?
Captain RJ.
Wait, like actual sailing? Like on a boat, pulling the strings
like
and everything?
Solo, little sunfish boats.
What?
Yeah.
That's actually so random. I love that for you.
My dad had boats when I was growing up, and so I was always raised as like a nautical kind of person. Just loved being on the ocean.
Do you still do that?
I can. I don't have a boat.
You can rent one.
Yeah.
That's so cool, though. I didn't expect that one. That's a new one. If you can give your fans one piece of advice about their careers, life, or really about anything, what would it be?
It's always a roller coaster. Never give up. Like, there's always ups and downs. So
just keep on sailing.
Just keep on sailing. Yeah, there you go.
Anything else you want to add?
No. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us, talk to us, to your fan base. We really, really appreciate it. I feel like neither yourself or the Festival Voice would be here if it wasn't for everybody else on the other side. So, I just keep on sailing. I'm not going to live that one down. But again, I really appreciate your time, and we really hope to see you, succeed and become bigger and better, and maybe headline your own show. That'd be super, super sick. So thanks so much. It was really nice talking to you, and I hope you guys had fun. If you guys have any questions, let us know. You can always DM us or follow us on the Festival Voice. But other than that, peace out.
Peace.